It's a good time to be a Masters of the Universe fan, all hopeful about the upcoming film and how it might actually be decent. We're a naive bunch, aren't we? I mean, we do like He-Man. I have three pretty distinct toys here, though, from the MOTU range, and I think it's high time that you sat down, shut up, and listened to me talk about them briefly. First up is the He-Man himself, from the new movie line of toys. A scant £11, and dare I say it, He-Man finally has a decent haircut. I do miss the old airbrush logo, but I also have to admit that it is 2026. And on the back we have some of the other toys in the line, and is that a tech spec? We see how He-Man fares in strength, fighting ability, intelligence, magic and speed, so he's a strong, slow, daft guy, and I love it. We can just rip this open. If Jared Leto's face is destroyed, so be it. Inside you get exactly one He-Man and his power sword, no axe, no shield, no problem, nice and streamlined. I wasn't immediately sure I was on board with the new design, but it's growing on me. As I say, what a hairdo. Almost a Farrah Fawcett situation going on, and a good likeness of the actor whose name I can never remember. Overall, the design here feels like a solid mix of original, the 2000X design. The chestplate reminds me of Battle Armour He-Man a little bit, that's no bad thing. There are a few modern design concessions, no furry boots for example. But does he have furry pants? Let's find out. We can take this bottom part off, the battle bra comes off, and wowee! He's genetically jacked and athletically stacked. And yes, he does have little furry pants, as well as a belt that leaves very little to the imagination. Okay, let's get all this back on before someone calls the police. He's posable though, with proportions being more realistic than the Origins line, for better or worse. The power sword can slide in the back here and it fits well enough. It's going nowhere. Except in the boy's hand, of course. Which is one of those prise it open and get the sword in quick styles. One thing I do like is the wrist is on a joint that actually lets you hold the sword upwards, like in the show and indeed the upcoming film. Very good. He's also double the size of, I'd say, a Schleich Ice Tiger, and we can even use them as Battle Cat in a pinch. Oh my god, it's a Schleich Ice Mammoth! Multibot was a toy that I bought entirely for myself and by myself. And just kidding, this was sent to me by friend of the show, Erica. I've put a link to their band in the description. Please check them out. I never had the original Multibot growing up, so this Origins remake is just a ticket, if I'm being honest, for once. They're a robotic take on Modulock, who we reviewed a while back. Tons of parts for you to rearrange as you see fit. Almost entirely as you see fit, because there's no real instructions, just some suggestions on the box. It's really up to you. He's big, and in this form, very hefty, much more so than Modulock. We have a pair of guns you can combine if you want to shoot someone and yourself, and the Horde Insignia shield, which is fairly fancy. Separating the two main components, you basically have two action figures here. One green dude with the big robotic mutton chops and Captain Freedom style armour and claws. The other one is much stranger, almost amphibian in appearance. You just really mix and match. You have fun with it. You know, give him two heads, give him a big arse. It's up to you. But no doubt you'll be asking, Gavin, can they combine with Modulock? Yes, but should they? Absolutely. Look how ridiculous this thing is. I will be messing around with this thing for weeks to come. Last up, it's Laser Power He-Man, the heroic master of light energy. He must have been going to night school or something. Some bitchin' art on the front and back, as well as the included mini-comic where He-Man looks like he can smell pee. Instructions on the inner sleeve say you go huh, then huh, and then huh. And there he is, a big, weird-looking dude. This was another lad I didn't have as a kid. I swear I had loads of these things, but this is a genuine treat, since the original is very hard to find these days. He's got nice silver gloves, and a chest that says he for he, and a belt that says m for Marmite. The face is a lovely mix of the original chisel-jawed He-Man design and good old-fashioned Dolph Lundgren mullet. Although I do think it skews a bit too ginger here. I also like his techno-space booties. And his armour, maybe? I don't know. We don't do those kind of jokes on this channel. The sword goes in the backpack. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed already. Pull it out, make it shout. Absolutely nothing, because there's no sounds, but it does light up. Before we do that, we can hold the sword, of course, but with this archaic wrist tilt, he cannot hold the sword aloft like the new toy can. A shame, but a bigger question remains. Can you take the harness off and see all his muscles in that? Yes. Yes, you can. The boy is shredded. The arm armour can come off, but it looks like a pain to get back on again, so forget it. Okay, we have this main button on the backpack here. Press that and spladoish! He has the power to pee in the shower. It's He-Man's light-up sword. It's fairly bright. I mean, I wouldn't rely on it to go camping in the Cairngorms, but it's decent. It pulsates. I think if you hold the button steady, it will stay steady, but that might be more coincidence than a feature. What a trio. The movie toy is spectacular, and at that price point, it does make me want to pick up more. The laser power is a bit of a childhood wish fulfillment, even if it didn't blow me away. And Multibot is a creative powerhouse. Thanks again to Erica. I can't wait to play with more of this. Oh my god, everyone move, it's a Slice Ice Golem!